All right, we are live. Let's get into this today. Day 3 of Summer League was interesting. We are a little early, kind of calling the Blazers Clippers game over, but let's get into it. Pretty interesting day. Some solid performances by some guys in the Summer League. Let's break it down. Before I do, subscribe to the channel. We're doing these Summer League reviews every day, and we're going to be providing a lot of coverage of Summer League, and then again, off-season winners and losers will be coming, but in the meantime, we're going to be talking a lot of Summer League. Once Summer League is over, we'll probably have a little bit of a dead period, but we'll probably talk probably team by team as far as off-season moves go. Maybe not. We'll break down maybe some lineups for each team and how they'll kind of rotate guys in and all these different fun things. Again, we're trying to provide a video every day as best we can. Okay, let's jump into Summer League today. So Atlanta and Indiana, let's start there. So as you can see, Sharif Cooper, 21.9 assists, super solid. He was hitting his threes today, which is always a good sign. Cooper wasn't a great three-point shooter in college, and so to be able to see him shoot the three a lot better in this game, at least, it was good to see for a guy who kind of needs to add that element to his scoring to be able to kind of take his game to the next level, and I feel like maximize his potential. Free throw attempts weren't great. I kind of want, for a dude, again, with Cooper, he was a guy who was getting to the line consistently at Auburn. And so for the Summer League here, needs to get to the line a little bit more. That's what I would like to see from him, to do it at a high clip. Also, turnover is an issue. Likewise, Jalen Johnson had another very solid game, 18 points, 10 rebounds. He's not taking the three, which is, I think, a good and a bad thing. I think we want to see him expand his range a little bit, but at the same time, we also need to, be okay with what he is right now. And at least he's not going to try to prove it and by taking a bunch of threes, ill-advised shots. So I'm happy there. He is also struggling with turnovers as well, but a solid day for Jalen Johnson. Hawks get the close win against Indiana. So let's go over to the Pacers now. Chris Duarte, pretty good. His assist to turnover ratio wasn't that great, only 2 assists, and I think he had like 3 or 4 turnovers, if not more. His three-pointer was falling today. He hit a couple at the end of, I think it was the second quarter and the third quarter. And just looked solid out there. Duarte was a dude. I think he's just going to fit into the NBA and just be okay. I don't think he's got a super high ceiling, but these kind of performances in Summer League, I think, especially when he's kind of an older dude, I think kind of we can expect a little bit of that moving forward. O'Shea Brissett struggles, but he does get to the free throw line, which is always good to see in Summer League play. Okay, moving down to Boston and the Nuggets. Man, how about Boston and their young guys today? So Langford, I'm going to start with Langford just because he was okay, not nothing too great. But these next 3 guys from Boston, oh my goodness, Carson Edwards. His shooting was not great, but to see his assist to turnover ratio be a lot better, awesome. His rebounding for a dude who's like 6'1", awesome. Payton Pritchard, rebounds, assists, and his assist to turnover ratio was beautiful. And he himself drops, I think it was 21 today. And then last but not least, Nee Smith, 33 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. He was just absolutely draining the 3 ball. He hit some tough shots. There was a couple shots that he hit baseline that I really liked. And Nee Smith just is, again, solid. These 4 dudes for Boston, can they break the rotation this year, especially with Boston adding Dennis Schroeder? Maybe we don't see it this year. Maybe we see it next year. But I like what I'm seeing from these young Boston guys. Playing super solid, and I think Pritchard is a dude out of all 4 of them is ready to kind of take the next step to get more minutes in the NBA. Denver on their side, Bobo, again, another solid day from him. 26 points, 9 rebounds. Just was just super solid in his game. I hope to see more of Bobo this year in Denver, and he's definitely showing that he should have a little bit more minutes this upcoming season. Zeke Nagai, absolutely horrible game. I don't think he, I can't remember exactly what he did in the last game, but he was just meh today. So again, nothing crazy, pretty bad. And then Deshaun Highland, also kind of just an average game, nothing too special from him that I particularly saw in that first or in his second game with the Nuggets in the Summer League. Let's move down to Chicago and San Antonio. So Patrick Williams played a not great first game, but bounces back and gets 30 points, seven rebounds. Got to the free throw line, which is, again, always good to see from these young players. Just the aggressiveness, being able to score without actually, having to take a bad, ill-advised shot. So being able to draw contact, get to the free throw line, do your damage from there. So solid game from Patrick Williams. Devin Vassell eventually left this game. He had some hamstring tightness, so he only played, I think it was just like 15 minutes or less. So nothing there. I like Vassell a lot. If you've watched any of these other videos about me talking about the Spurs and their young guys, I like Vassell a lot. I think he has value in this league that, where that values perimeter defense, length, and shooting. So I like Vassell there. Trey Jones, solid day for him. And just good things to come for the Spurs there. Pistons, Rockets, the game of the day that everybody had their eyes on. I'm going to talk a little bit about a guy that didn't really get too much. We think of Cade Cunningham versus Jalen Green. There was a lot of one-on-ones. There's the move where, Cade Cunningham scores in transition and kind of pushes Jalen Green off of him, and Jalen Green later in the game hits a three in Cunningham's in his face and stares him down a little bit. So a little bit of a rivalry there. But I want to talk about Sengun first. Alperen Sengun. Now, if you watched any of my other videos talking about the draft and talking about guys that I thought were going to be potential steals, I talked about him. Again, I wasn't high on him at first, and then I kind of watched a little bit more of his game. I just think that there's craftiness there. Is he at least like a Yusuf Nurkic that is a little bit more athletic? I like it a lot. And Sengun played very, very solid. No turnovers today. Very, very good sign. He gets to the line. He's been doing that in these first two games at Summer League. He's getting to the free throw line. He's making sure, again, just to be absolutely great in that category. KJ Martin, Kenyon Martin's little son, had some good stats on as far as defensive steals and blocks. Was very efficient on his end. I think he was 6 of 12, and just solid day for him. Let's get into Josh Christopher first. His assist to turnover ratio was really good. You kind of want, I know this team doesn't have like a young point guard of the future, but Christopher was being able to just make plays out there, and again, no turnovers, high assists. Pretty solid day, and also dropped 15 points. So a good day for Josh Christopher. These young Rockets players are really interesting to see and watch, and I wonder exactly, they won't be great this upcoming year, but I think there'll be some young, nice highlights from them. Okay, finishing off the Rockets with Jalen Green. Jalen Green, great shooting. He was hitting some tough shots, and he's a tough shot maker. Still worried a little bit about the turnovers, but he got to the free throw line, which is awesome. If you're going to be an elite scorer in the NBA, you need to get to the free throw line, and that's what he did. I give the grade an A for both Sengun and Jalen Green, and I liked a lot of what I was able to see from both of them. On Detroit's side, Killian Hayes. Still kind of hoping if you're a Pistons fan out there, you're still kind of hoping to see what Hayes can be. He had the worst plus minus of any of the starters. Not great. You just worry a little bit about the fit between him and Cade Cunningham. Maybe not so much here at Summer League, but once we get into the regular season, how is that going to turn into, any success? Could Killian Hayes be a team that, a team wants to try to trade for because Cunningham's process is maybe stunning stunning Hayes' growth? Is that possible? Maybe. Hayes doesn't also shoot the ball too well, so I just not crazy about Killian Hayes, and he continues to not be too impressive. Garza, I just want to mention Luka Garza. I think he played under 20 minutes and he was pretty solid. Hit a three. Just good in his limited minutes out there. I just worry about his future in the NBA as far as like defense. But if he can come in and hit occasional shots, I think that's good. We all know that he also lost some weight going into summer league, so that's good. But yeah, good to see him play pretty okay in limited minutes. Cade Cunningham now. Okay, so Cunningham, I'm not gonna, beat him down too much, but Cunningham was not great for another 2 games, or for his second game, I should say. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He still is continuing to struggle with his turnovers. Now, we knew that. A lot of people, who was it? Who was the prospect that was just had such a high turnover rate, and that really worried people? I think it was LaMelo. Was it LaMelo? I feel like maybe it was Sharif Cooper too, but like there is like the draft prospects that have these high turnover numbers and people get worried about it. Well, so does Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham has turnover issues. He showed that. It was a very high rate at Oklahoma State. So to see this isn't too much of a surprise, but it's something you got to just make sure to improve on. More turnovers and assists, not great if you're kind of known as like the point forward of the future of the Pistons. So a little underwhelmed in these first couple days. He also had 7 fouls today, so that's a little worrisome too. But again, I'm not going to try to make huge deals out of these summer league games. Hopefully guys get better conditioned for the regular season and perform better when that time comes. But just out of the 2 games, a little underwhelmed by Cunningham. But again, I hope he bounces back. I think he will. He still has a very high ceiling in the NBA. Let's talk. That's it for Detroit, Houston. Let's talk about the Kings and the Wizards really quickly. Sacramento, they both actually split time or shortened the time of both Davion Mitchell and Nee Smith. And they both played okay, but they both didn't really play too many minutes as what they were playing in California and in the first game. So, okay, I wonder if the Kings are maybe going to hold them back a little bit and maybe see other players on the roster. But ultimately, okay days for both Davion Mitchell and for Queta. Corey Kispert on Washington is really the only guy I really want to talk about. He had the worst plus minus of any of the starters. He was just okay from shooting. And then this is the issue that I have with Kispert is that if Kispert is a guy that is going to shoot the lights out in the NBA, he better do that at such a high clip and such a consistent rate. Because if he doesn't, what is he providing the team? He's not providing defense. He's not providing any length. He's not providing any other skills of rebounding or a good passer. He's just a good shooter. And so when he's not hitting his shots, what is he actually providing for a team? Today was a bad day for Corey Kispert. And then this Portland LA Clippers game just ended. A blowout by Portland. Moutier comes in, plays pretty solid. I don't really like talking about Portland too much just because it's like Moutier, Fareed, and Michael Beasley are like the 3 main guys, and we already know what they are in the NBA. And so maybe one of them makes the roster, but I don't know. I doubt it. I just can't see Michael Beasley or Moutier or Kenneth Fareed getting like major minutes in the NBA for Portland or for any other team for that matter. The Clippers, Preston, I still need to double check. Like he didn't play as much. I don't know if that was due to injury, but Keon Johnson, another not great performance from Keon. Poor shooting. There's no defensive stats. He didn't have any turnovers, which is always good, but you do worry a little bit if the guys aren't hitting their shot and getting into stride that way. That is it for all the games today. Definitely shorter than we have been in the last couple days, but let's just preview really quickly. Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Miami, Memphis, Cleveland, Orlando. Evan Mobley and Jalen Suggs are playing tomorrow, so fun stuff there. Giddey versus the Pelicans and their 2 young stars in Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. I don't know if Giddey's playing actually, so I'll probably have to check that before I say. How about Kuminga and Moses Moody versus Scotty Barnes later in the evening, and then the Utah Jazz and the Mavericks will play each other, and then we finish off the night with the Knicks, Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly versus the Lakers. So other than that, that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe to the channel if you'd like, and comment on the video. Tell me kind of what you think about Summer League so far, about your teams, and let me know kind of what your thoughts are on different players that you're seeing and all that different stuff. So other than that, let's end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and enjoy the rest of your day / night, and I'll see you in the next video.